Hi guys, welcome back to the Library of Alexandria. Today, coming at you with something you've not seen in a long time. Yeah, that's right, handy dandy note cards. And that means it is time for a tag, and this is going to be the mid-year Freakout tag. I'm not freaking out, I'm just stressed. So maybe it is. The Freakout Stress and Anxiety tag, mid-year, though it has nothing to do with whatever. Look, they do this every year. I did it last year. This is one tag I've been consistent every year since I've been on BookTube. So I guess this will be my third one. I did the 2020 one, and the 2021 one, and 2022 with my fourth one. That's right, because I had just started BookTube when this came out. Sure, whatever. Without wasting any more time, let's do it. Let's get down to business. Book one, best book of 2023 so far. So that for me is going to be Imperium, which is the first book in the Cicero trilogy, which is a historical fiction trilogy by Robert Harris. And I don't know why this is so good, because I already know like first century BC really well. I thought for sure like a book about Cicero was not going to, it was going to be good, but it wasn't going to top the charts. I love this book so much, guys. It deals with Cicero's deals with a lot of early career Cicero. Anything pre-Catiline is like early Cicero, and it's a political thriller. Like it is a political thriller it's a courtroom drama, not a political thriller. It's a political thriller, part political thriller, part courtroom drama. So it's like reading, John Grisham, Ancient Rome edition, and it's so good. Like Cicero is the perfect kind of unlikable hero, and we get to see him through the eyes of his slave and then freed secretary, but secretary who is also a slave, but then later freed, Tiro. It's just so good. Like Cicero has so many good one-liners. It's filled with speeches because it's a bunch of orators, and we see the corruption of the Roman Republic and government in general, and government excess, and government officials excess, and the lengths that people will go to bribe, cheat, steal, murder their way out of trouble. It's about Cicero's rise to the consulship, and it's really, really good. It is really, really good. It just ticked all the boxes for me. And Harris is just such a good writer and makes all of these people come alive. He makes some characters detestable. Like, I love this portrayal of Pompey. It's my favorite portrayal of Pompey ever, and I hate Pompey even more here. Caesar comes off as a huge douchebag, which he probably was, and it's just wonderful. The relationship between Cicero and his wife, Terentia, is fantastic. It's definitely Imperium. Boosh. Number two, best sequel so far for 2023. When I did this last year, I hadn't read a whole bunch of books, so this is hard to do. This is much easier. I'd read a bunch of books, a bunch of newer stuff, or I'd read a bunch of stuff this year as opposed to last year where I really didn't. And so for this, I am going to say The Labyrinth of Scions and Sorceries. Yeah, which is book 2 of the Risen Kingdoms trilogy by Curtis Craddock. I loved Alchemy of Mask and Mirrors, but I love Science and Sorcery even more. I didn't know how it was going to be better. Like, I thought there was going to be some power creep or the nature of the story would have changed. But it did, but in really, really good ways. Like, it was complete. It was very different as far as the plot was of the first one, but just so good. Again, another mystery, and the conclusion of this one, just fantastic. It expanded the world's lore. Really, really good. More of Jean-Claude, more of Isabel, and some more side characters, which really, I think, pushed it over the edge. We got some more characters that had a lot of depth and were really, really cool as well. So, book 2, Labyrinth of Scion and Sorcery, definitely the star sequel of this year. Boosh. Nice. Man, that one got some serious air. Number 3, new releases you haven't read yet but want to. This one's easy. It's The Prophet of Adan by Dr. Philip Chase. I haven't read it yet, but I want to, and I will soon. I got to do the audio for that one also after I finish the audio for Way of Adan. So that one, easily. This is book 2 in Philip's Adan trilogy. If you haven't seen my review of the first one, it's there. You can think that I'm a shill and I'm lying because I liked it. Now, it's not my favorite book in the world because the type of story it is not generally one that I gravitate to, but I really enjoyed it, and you will too. So you should buy it, and then shut up that people like other people's books. Boosh. Number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Easy. This is Cywus, I guess it's Cywus. I don't know. I'm saying Siwas. Siwas Kovacs. Sivas Kovacs deals with the dead. This is the first book in a new trilogy by K.J. Parker, and I am so excited to read this, except for the fact that I think he heard me talk about the one a year thing from self-published authors, people like releasing books in the same series more than one a year, and I hope it's not true, but according to Orbit's website, book 1 is coming out in October, book 2 is coming out in November, and book 3 is coming out in December, and that's obscene. Like, that's obscene. Like, that is beyond obscene. It's like, just told Philip, like, hold my beer, and that's ridiculous. Sorry, hold my pint. And it's ridiculous. Like, that's too much. But anyway, Zara is the only person I know who's read this. Zara was able to read it way, 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 way early because she got to go talk to KJ Parker. He seems like so nice. I want to talk to him so bad. But she was able to read an early copy of Sivas Kovacs and said it was one of her favorite Parker books that she's read. And that, I'm going to read it. So I'm just going to go ahead and read it. So that 100% is what I am waiting for. Boosh. Number 5, biggest disappointment. There is no other answer to this besides Ships from the West, Book 5 of The Monarchies of God by Paul Kearney. Book 1, Hawkwood's Voyage, was very, very good. And then books 2, 3, and 4 were absolutely fantastic. Military historical fantasy done right. And then we had the ending volume, which takes place 18 years later and wraps up the very final storyline, which is a storyline that I didn't care about and literally could have gone without having that resolved, especially since it was resolved in a not good way, in my opinion. You should absolutely read Monarchies of God, and you should absolutely skip Ships from the West. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. You won't have missed anything. Read a synopsis, seriously. Like, just read a synopsis of the 5th book. You'll be fine. I was so disappointed after how good the rest of the series was, and then I had freaking Ships from the West. Boosh. So my biggest surprise of this year is one that I had no expectations for because I didn't know what to expect. And this is Boosh, The Wickwire Watch by Jacqueline Hagan. And the author sent me a copy of this book a while ago, and it was in the Genius Allen book haul. I think it's the first one it's the first one he holds up, whatever. And I like the pocket watch on the front, and I like the main character's name was Inkwell, and it seemed like very posh British Dickensian thing, and it was. And then it became something else, and then it became something else, and then it became something else, and like the pacing of this book and the shifting of genre of this book repeatedly was just it blew my mind. It was really, really good. Like, I love, and the main character Inkwell was so endearing without being like that punk teenager that I despise. He stayed on the right side of look at this lovable little scamp. And he's based on the freaking Artful Dodger from Oliver the Musical, which I can get behind. But this was so good. I had no idea what to expect, but I ended up loving it, and I will be reading the second one very, very soon. Boosh. So, number 7, favorite new author, debut author or new to you. So this one is, without a doubt, Robert Harris. What he did with the Cicero trilogy and his ability to make historical fiction feel like a modern day thriller, it's just so good. Like, his writing style is really easy to read. It brought the 1st century BC to life in a way that I hadn't seen in Roman historical fiction before. I don't know what else he's done. He's done Pompeii, so I need to read that. And then, I think a Nazi, World War II historical fiction? I don't know. So maybe this is the only thing I ever read by him, except Pompeii. I'll read Pompeii as well. But Robert Harris, really good. I had no idea what to expect with him, and I am so glad that I read the Cicero trilogy. Fantastic. Ow, boosh. I always forget to get rid of this question. Newest fictional crush. Oh my gosh, why? Why does this exist? Why has this not officially been changed yet? You know what? No. My new fictional crush is my old fictional crush in a new TV show. So my new fictional crush is Ben Barnes from Queen Charlotte. Ooh, what a hunky dreamboat. Boosh. Number 9, newest favorite character. Jean-Claude. I don't know what this guy's last name is. Does Jean-Claude have a last name? Surely he does. Anyway, from Alchemy of Mask and Mirrors and Labyrinth of Science and Sorcery. He is he's like a musketeer in his 50s and, has a paunch and hurts all the time. Like his leg hurts all the time, and he can't squeeze into places that he used to be able to. But he is very, very loyal to Isabel. I like that he is. I like his sense of loyalty and his sense of duty. I like that he tries to do the right thing. And character just made for me. Like, he is not going to stand anybody messing with the people he cares about, and he'll die if he has to. Like, he will give his life for the people that he cares about. He's he's funny. Like, his chapters, like the narrative is funnier and amusing because it's like deep in his head. Really, really good. I love Jean-Claude, one of my new favorite characters in fantasy. I love the like adopted father relationship he has with Isabel, how he looks out for her, treats her as competent. Just a really good like male role model type character. I like Jean-Claude. Boosh. Number 10, book that made you cry. So I don't really cry at books very often, but I did listen to Augustus. I reread Augustus, and I listened to it the whole time, and it is very, very hard not to be moved by some of the conversations that are had between Augustus and his daughter Julia, or some of the journal entries that Julia has. Just exceptional, and really like tugs on the heartstrings. So yeah, it didn't make me cry, but I thought about it, and hopefully that's good enough. Boosh. Number 11, book that made you happy. That is going to be Taipan, because it's so fun. By God, it's so fun, and I read something that was more fun than this all year. Taipan is so nostalgic for me because I read these James Clavell novels, I think like 20 years ago was the last time I read it, maybe 15 years ago, and it just brought all those feelings back. Like, I just love the epic scale of this, trading drama. I don't know, it's so good. It made me happy rereading it and realizing that it did hold up. Like, it was as good as I remembered it, and that I wasn't disappointed. That's what I was worried about. So very, very good. Taipan made me happy. All the feels, nostalgia. Boosh. Number 12, most beautiful book you've bought or received this year. So I did books from 2023, but I hadn't gotten this book by the time I did this last time, even though I got this last October. So I got this book, I pre-ordered it a year and a half before it actually came out, and that is this Ultimate Discworld Companion. I did, if you want to see more about it, there's an unboxing video there that I guess I'll link. But this thing is, it's now my prized possession. You see here, there's the sprayed edges, and we got great Tatooine on the front, and it is an illustrated A to Z encyclopedia of basically every single character, major or minor, in the Discworld, and it's fantastic. And I haven't read it yet, but I will, especially after I finish, because everything's labeled. It's got an abbreviation for what book the things are from. Ow! So, anyway, I really should bookmark the Vimes section. I wonder if is Vimes going to be under S or V? What do y'all think? Is he going to be under Samuel or Vimes? I'm looking. We're going to see. I bet it's under Vimes. I'm looking right now. Yep, Vimes. Oh, not old Stoneface. Get out of here. Well, here's Vetinari. There you go. There's your patrician right there. And where you at, Vimes? Not old Stoneface. Samuel. There he is. There's my boy. There we go. Samuel Vimes. Right next to Vetinari. So I just should bookmark these pages and read nothing else. But I love this book. I love Pratchett. It makes me happy, for sure. Let me put it back. There we go. All right. Boosh. And finally, what books do you need to finish by the end of the... Too many. So I obviously got to read Philip Book 3, whatever that is, the Philip of Adan. I gotta finish those other two trilogies that I'm doing for read-alongs. So the Daughter of the Empire trilogy and KJ Parker trilogy. Scarab Path, which if I don't read Scarab Path by the end of the year, I'm going to lose all my friends. Wait, I just want to read it. I want to stop reading everything I'm reading and read that. I'm going to read Fire and Blood by Gurm, because it, just flipping through it reminds me of Ghost on the Throne, which is from my wrap-up video. Just like a narrative historical, nonfiction. So I really want to read that. I should read The Spider and the Cuckoo. I should read that. I'm going to try. And I don't know what else. Crowfall. I'm going to read Crowfall so I can finish the Blackwing series. I'm going to try to wrap up some series, maybe. Oh, Way of Kings. I'll read Way of Kings because my wife wants me to. So yeah. Yeah, so that's it. So if you haven't done this, you should do this. All right, so down in the comments, answer me, what was your favorite book that you've read in 2023 so far? What was your biggest disappointment in 2023 that you read so far? Your newest fictional crush. Answer that down in the comments. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. That's all for me for today. As always, information about my Patreon and Discord is down in the description, and I'll see you next time, guys. Boosh.